This episode brought to you by our mods, the real MVPs of the Discord.
This is Hot Drop, where we bring you premier PUBG analysis that does not include a fake map from YouTube. I'm Dano.
I'm Cody.
I'm John. When do we stream, Cody?
Wait, what? Did I just get suckered into this?
Got him.
Son of a bitch!
We stream Monday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern at twitch.tv/hotdrop_podcast. Discord link and hotline number are in the show notes. Only cool kids call the hotline. Our topics for today include PC patch notes, including weapon mastery, the triumphant return of questions for the show, plus more console feedback, and let's get into it.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
Questions for the show is coming back
Today.
To the plaid course.
To the Hot Drop Podcast. Housekeeping. Cody, I feel like this bullet was meant for you.
Top 10.
Wait,
not top 10.
Hold on, not in the terms that you suck. I'm just saying,
No,
like,
I get it. No, I understand.
No.
I'm on board.
You will do this bullet justice based on how it is written. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
Because you suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm with you guys. No, I'm here. I got it. Top 10, not top 10 for this month is almost over. Get out there and suck.
Oh, God, that's perfect. Point Click Dead won the challenge of the week for vehicle kills this week.
He did not want the marker.
And he didn't want
to be
it.
a ghost. He didn't want it.
Unbelievable. Fine. You know what? What is it? Looking a gift horse in the mouth? Is that what that is?
Definitely.
Or punching
What
a
the
gift
fuck?
horse in the mouth?
Don't punch a gift horse in the mouth either.
What the shit is a gift horse?
I think
PETA is going to be up your ass, sir.
Don't find fault with something that has been received as gift or favor.
Mm-hmm.
And the expression is, Point Click Dead did not look the gift horse in the mouth when the opportunity for Challenge of the Week winner presented itself. That's what the Google says.
It's something related to horse teeth being a good indicator of health. So basically, kind of like beggars can't be choosers type of thing. Like somebody gives you a horse, you shouldn't like immediately start checking the teeth to make sure it's like a good horse.
Yeah.
The teeth would be
accept
like
the
the
horse and
last
move on.
thing that I would look at if somebody gave me a horse. I wouldn't know what
You're
to do.
not a
with the horse.
ferryman or a horse equestrianista.
Equestrianista.
Listen, if somebody comes to my house and says, "Here's a horse," you know what I'm gonna do?
Look
Take
it in
the
the
horse.
mouth.
I would say,
Punch it in the mouth?
I don't know what I'm gonna do with this horse. I don't have the means to take care of a horse, sir
I feel like
or ma'am.
I would look it in the mouth just because I know it's the thing to do if you want to see if it's a healthy horse.
You know what? Actually, now that I know what the scenario is, I would look the horse in the eye to assert dominance.
Don't do that. It'll kick you.
It will kick
Not
you.
Not me. Because I would have asserted my
Wave your
dominance.
arms.
Do not make me stand up.
You kick
Do
me.
not make me stand up.
Oh, God. Okay, we're
on
going
the
way
second
off the rails
point
here.
Of housekeeping, everybody.
We're going off the rails from the gift horse.
Okay, the problem is that PCD won the challenge, does not accept his prize. You know what? So, deal with it. This week is DMR kills. It's open to everyone to compete in, and it's available to get... Okay, what am I saying?
Just say until.
It's open
Everybody
until Monday.
In order to get
Availability,
the
specify.
winnings of the DMR kills, which is
Podcast.
open to the public.
I don't know what's happening.
Podcast.
Next week is a random challenge, so stay tuned. We don't know what it is yet. Monthly challenge is still in effect. It's the double AWM win. Ben Almond Milk is the only one who has done it, not once, but twice. Challenge of the Week room in Discord is where you need to go for all this information.
Nice.
Thursday, there's going to be an Xbox stream. I
won't be here.
in the supporters lounge looking for Xbox homies to play with. Cody is not here.
I'm gonna be gone. Sorry.
And an update that probably everyone is waiting for. Lord Freep. You may remember him from Reddit. We have confirmation of the following. 1, he is real. 2, he's not a troll.
Debatable.
It's contrary to all of our beliefs. He did, in fact, ask Mad Dog from Reddit how to find us. So ultimately, this comes down to Mad Dog at fault for all of this current situation.
Makes sense. Makes absolute sense.
Yep.
Additionally, Mad Dog has joined the Discord, people.
Welcome to the Discord, Mad Dog.
I appreciate
have
you
you.
coming here, the Mad Dog. Thank you so much.
Looks like Lord Freep's going to try his hardest to find some PS4 people to play with. So again, PS4 people, get up out of the looking to play room and come up to where the good shit is. Hot banter, off topic, other games, gameplay, tips and tricks, all of the good. Maybe even the supporters lounge if you give us $1.
Yeah. Give us $1.
Just come chat. That's all I ask for. Moving on.
Questions for the show.
Cody, I think you need to take this one. This is
So
probably the most hard-hitting question of the week.
A very attractive and personable young woman named Lady Beard Fassé, I believe that it is pronounced,
Think so.
wants to know, which maple syrup do we endorse?
Is this a vote?
No, it's Merle maple syrup, and it's local, so you guys have to drive to Western New York to get it, and you should do that now.
Didn't Dan have like a house syrup?
Oh, yeah. It's the finest blend.
I feel like we need to endorse that syrup.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause it's
My syrup
house made.
Just my syrup is made by a 102-year-old woman. Okay? Beat that, Dan. Beat that.
What?
I think you should stock up soon.
102-year-old woman?
102 years old. Her father founded the company itself. And she still, every year, makes the local newspaper for getting up and getting to making syrup.
That's going to be hard to compete with. However, does she use the juice from your own trees that you grow on your estate? Does she?
She uses the trees that grow next to my estate.
In the maple producing region known
Agreed.
as... What is it?
Attica, New York.
Attica, New York. All I got to say is the best syrup you possibly could get is syrup that is homegrown, juiced from your own trees. Dare I say milked from the luscious bark of your own trees. No, the sap doesn't live in the bark, but you get the point. It's in there. That's the only way to go. The finest. You can't get flavor anywhere else. It's your own flavor. It's inside you the entire time.
All right. Let's move on.
John, what syrup do you endorse?
Answer.
Oh my God, ban.
I'm with Bedford. Ever since he posted that photo of him chugging syrup, I'm on
my
board.
God, I'm so not ready. Ben Almond asks, 5.56 or 7.62? I assume he's talking about ammunition types here. Millimeters, caliber of rounds. I also worry that Cody may have dropped out like last week.
I was.
No, I'm here.
Okay. 5.56 or 7.62?
This is a tough question because I love me some 5.56 when it comes to like utilization of stuff, but my favorite gun says 7.62.
Yeah. That's kind of where I am too. It's
Wow.
like I love the M4, the SCAR, the QBZ, but the barrel, that's
Yeah, I
the
like-
one.
I really like me an SKS, and I really like me a Car 98.
Yeah.
And if I had to give those up, like I know I could use a barrel. I
Yeah.
could stick to if I could keep my SKS or Car 98 and get rid of the M4 as long as I could use the AK, I would do that.
Did you just pronounce the AK?
The AK, the Adam Kucherov, I believe it is 407.
That's close. That's close. I'm kind of surprised because I figured you guys would say 5.56.
Yeah, well, we aim to please Dan.
Who you pleasing though? This doesn't please me.
Me, it pleases me. I don't care about you.
What pleases
17
me?
years of friendship out the window.
Syrup from your own estate. Okay.
Way to look a gift horse in the mouth, Daniel.
Yeah, me. 5.56 all the way. No competition. I don't care if you're
You
7.62.
would.
Goes further but more bullet drop. I don't care if it's heavier in your backpack. I don't care if it's a harder weapon to control. Wait, I do care about those things.
You know what? That's the problem with your generation. You goddamn millennials out here. You don't want to carry as much. You know what? Go eat some avocado toast, you piece of shit.
Yeah, don't buy a house.
5.56 all the way. 7.62 is too heavy for my beautiful hands. Mong ball, you know what I'm talking about. I can't carry it all. It's 5.56 actually has a faster bullet speed all around, and well, maybe not the Grows Up, but it doesn't drop off as hard as a 7.62 does in terms of bullet drop off over distance. So I'm going 5.56 for that reason, and 7.62, you're out.
Stanley
Steamer, tough on dirt, gentle on carpets.
Friend of the show.
What's your ideal way to wake up in the mornings?
Alive.
Naturally?
My ideal way has actually been the last week and a half. All the birds have finally come back for the spring, and we have a shit ton of birds at my house. So we have like mourning doves, blue jays, orioles, cardinals, all this stuff.
I can do a morning dove call.
Do it.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, it's like they're right up outside my window.
Choking you out apparently as well.
Yeah, no, I got too excited.
Hold on, go quiet. Let's
look at
do it
its
again.
mouth.
John, do it again.
Oh yeah.
One more time.
Hang on.
Oh
That's
my
real
goodness.
good. It's real good. Yeah, so I've been waking up to all the birds at like 6:30 lately, and I'm not even mad.
I'm so mad when that happens. I hate it.
I would get mad.
Love it. I love it so
Hate.
much.
They start going at about 5 here, right outside the window. So what are you doing? What are you doing? And why can you only look for mates between 5 and 6 a.m.? That's what I want to know.
Early bird catches the worm, if you know what I mean.
That ding dong.
My ideal way to wake up in the mornings with pancakes or waffles with syrup from my own estate. Okay?
And a bowl of 5.56 on the side.
And all the 7.62 in the garbage can. Okay?
I mean, who doesn't like to wake up to breakfast? But I feel like that's a tall order.
So it is. So when I wake up and I smell bacon, it makes my morning. Nothing could ruin it. I could walk out and be like, "Your dog's dead," and I'd be like, "I'll deal with that after I eat breakfast."
Like, she was good. She was a great dog, but we'll get
Beautiful
back to that.
dog, but we'll shed some tears after I eat this burrito.
You're really big
That
into
is-
breakfast burritos.
Breakfast burritos are my all-time favorite food, no matter what.
I think you might have been on the breakfast burrito train even before they were mainstream.
100%.
Just gonna say.
Since I was a wee lad.
John, how do you feel? Breakfast burritos, 5.56, syrup from your own estate. How do you like to wake up?
Breakfast burritos, for sure.
He gets it.
Yeah.
He lived in California. He knows.
I knew I made a good choice when I had John as my friend and then introduced him to Cody and they became acquaintances.
Yeah, no, I agree with that statement.
That's a
People
great
who
idea.
do a podcast together.
Yep.
Yeah, just
how I
people who
introduce
work cordially together from time to time. Fuck you, John, and BFFs forever.
Killer too easy. I'm just going to say no. Just going to say
God
no.
damn it, Dan.
Nope.
No is the answer. Moving on. His actual question is the AK. Who likes it? Who does not? What's everyone's favorite loadout with the AK?
On the ground.
Yep. In a hole.
So I'll leave it on the ground.
Dig a hole, poop in the hole, put the AK in, poop on the AK, cover up.
So you're like pinching off that loaf, and you're putting, yeah.
Yeah, and then I pick up the shovel with my pants around my ankles, fill the hole in a little bit, and then poop on top of the mound. That's how much I hate the AK.
Okay.
Graphic? I don't know. Maybe.
Put
If
that
I-
explicit tag on iTunes.
Yeah. If I absolutely have to use it, compensator, only option. It's actually not too bad, spraying. I just don't like it. It shoots too slow. I'd use every other weapon. I'd rather use an SMG of any kind. Uzi, Tommy gun, when I get close up. And then far away, okay, 3x, 4x is okay, but it bounces so much that I'd rather have a 5.56 weapon. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think it's been way too inconsistent for me in the past. Like I've had I've had engagements where I felt like I had the upper hand and the AK up close, and it wasn't able to pull it out for whatever reason. And by it, I mean me. So I'm not a big fan of it for sure. It might be the gun I pick up the least now with the changes to the M16. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that M16 is not so bad anymore.
I can dig it. I like the M16.
WTF Moses hates it. Still thinks it's garbage trash.
It's not like it's a replacement for the M4 or anything.
No.
It's not.
It could
It's
never
not
be.
amazing, but yeah.
Cody, AK, yes, no?
Go fuck yourself.
You heard him, Killer Too Easy. Thanks for messaging us.
The Good Time Boys. Who are your top 3 celebrity crushes?
Oh,
I'm going to hop in and say Downward Spiral.
yeah.
Thomas G, because he knows how to finish a game. And
Boy, does he.
the third one is a tough decision. I'm going to have to say Lemon John.
Wow.
It's a good one. Came out of nowhere.
I know. Bet you didn't see that coming. My friend or acquaintance. Real talk, Blake Lively, number 1. No one comes close.
I feel like all 3 of your top 3 celebrity crushes would just look like your wife.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't really subscribe to celebrity crushes.
Oh, is it a subscription service? I didn't know.
Yeah, it's a magazine.
It's a podcast.
A podcast.
Trying to think.
I was always a big fan of Emma Stone.
It's a good one.
It is a good one.
Lisa Bonet, both in now her current age and when she was in a different world.
I'm Googling who this person is.
Yeah.
Both at her current, I'll say current or different world.
She's married to Jason Momoa.
Oh, okay. Nice. John, thoughts, opinions, disgruntlements?
I think Chris Hemsworth is up there.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no, sorry,
definitely.
the top one. Ryan Gosling.
Jared Leto.
Number 1 is Ryan Gosling.
Oh my goodness. Was he in the one with
Drive?
Steve Carell?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
That yeah.
Crazy
Where he looked like
Stupid Love.
Photoshop with Emma Stone. Oh my god.
The
What a combination.
Notebook.
That's a
The
yes.
Notebook.
The Notebook.
The Notebook.
The LA
What?
Sing movie. What was that movie called?
La La Land.
Yeah, thank you.
LA Sing. Awesome.
I got the first 2 letters right.
Yeah. Nice. Okay. I can get on board with these options. And I think those are your questions for the show.
Also Amelia Clark.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Mother of Dragons? Come on. I don't even watch the show. And I know that.
Doesn't even watch the show and he knows it.
Yeah. I know where it happens. Bend the knee. Whatever else. Hodor.
Also, for all you people who watch Game of Thrones, we have a throne room where we can talk about spoilers. Mind you, we will talk about spoilers. So don't come in there thinking you're going to avoid it.
And bran flakes, apparently. They're big on the cereal. Big on bran in the throne room.
Yep.
Gotta have that fiber.
Moving on.
Beep beep.
Mobile home. Mobile home.
Can you interlace those on top of each other, Dan, as the intro for this? So it's just him saying it extra deep.
Extra deep? Yeah, I could make that happen.
Yeah.
For sure.
3-dimensional stereoscopic sounds.
I believe it's called, what was it?
Audio color? No, techno audio.
Technic audio. You plebe.
The answer is yes.
Great. Let's check out this patch.
Let's. It's been hanging out for a little while, but it's pretty new.
0.12.0.
I think you guys have probably
We talked
played
about it.
But it's live. That's the new thing here.
I'm actually sad because I haven't been able to play mobile a whole lot lately, and it's a lot of fun. But from what I understand, oh, sorry, I'm trying to read the Discord at the same time.
Stop it.
Stop it.
There's a, what was I saying?
Mobile, haven't played.
Oh God, yeah, I don't know, I lost my train of thought. Fucking mobile. Play it.
They've added quite a bit to the Survive Till Dawn, and I'm kind of surprised it's still here.
You know what? I'm not surprised it's still here because I think that when they do challenges and stuff, it's always part of one of the either weekly or monthly challenges or daily challenges sometimes to go in and do Till Dawn, and people thrive off of their challenges for the season pass for this mobile game. More so than I've seen people do on Xbox or PC combined.
Well, it's more consistent.
It is constantly a grind, but the most fun kind of grind that you could have.
Yeah.
So I know that we kind of just pitch it like this, but like you guys really, not you guys, but like the listeners, you guys need to get in there and like try mobile just for a week. Just get in there, play for a little bit, and just you'll have a lot of fun. It'll make you want to come back and just play with people. And there's a lot of Hot Drop members on there that are just always willing to play.
Yeah, definitely. There was a little bit of information here about the Royale Pass. You started getting into that. Tom has a little update. He says he's about completed. He's done the pass. He's done.
Oh my God, he crushes the pass.
But it's about halfway over. So if you have time, you probably want to start playing to catch up. The daily and weekly missions will keep building up, making it harder to stay current. Wow, I'm having a stroke. If anyone needs help, let Tom know in the Discord because most are easier to complete when you have a team with a common goal. So He's all about helping you guys out.
Tom is like the greatest that you could have as a teammate because he's already beat it all. He'll say, okay, so you need to get, 20 AK kills in Sami. Great, we're going to go to Sami, but also just know that one of the challenges is also you got to do it in prone. So I'm going to set it up and you're going to have to take it away. And so he'll shoot off his gun and attract a bunch of people, and then you'll get down and get all the kills. And he'll be like, all right, let's go play now.
What a guy.
What a pal.
First mod
he
that
actually
we made outside of the...
That's true.
Yeah. He also at one point allowed himself to get down 3 times in a game so that I would be able to res him 3 times.
What a freaking pal.
Yeah.
Unreal. Wow. I love it. And he's also a big pal when you're playing that zombie mode. He taught us all the tricks. Get up on the boxes. Don't.
Yeah, but now they can climb. Now they can climb.
They can climb. So yeah, I actually want to touch on some of the changes to that mode because it's still so popular. Like we're just saying, the stun grenades now work against them, the zombies. There's a new liquid nitrogen grenade to freeze enemies and reduce movement speed. They added jumping zombies and zombie dogs. Some zombies can now climb over low walls or onto roofs.
No thanks. Nah, I'm
Can I
good.
just say something? Dog enemies in every game are the most annoying.
Fact. All the way back to the very first Wolfenstein.
Just always bad.
Mm-hmm. Any other great points to make about that? Okay. I might just make that a great point.
just
roll it.
It's not a great point. Everybody knows it.
But it's still a great point. I wasn't thinking of it until you said it.
Great point, Dan.
Great point. They added the RPG-7 and the Jungle Style magazines. I don't know what the Jungle Style magazine is, but maybe it's like a...
Like camo, probably?
Camo, yeah. Flamethrowers now deal more damage. The M134 handling has been tuned. Players will gain affixes that grant certain buffs. Not sure what the word affix means, but you will gain them. Zombies now move slower after being hit by firearms. Makes sense. A little aim punch for them. And they changed the quick chat messages. They added the survive till dawn quick chat messages to default and classic voice packs. And also the daily missions can now be completed in survive till dawn. So it sounds like not only are they keeping this game mode going, they're building it even more into the core game, allowing you to do daily missions in this game mode. So that's pretty cool. I think they might have a winner here with this game mode. People seem to really like it.
Yeah. Agreed.
There's a lot more changes. Just a lot of different stuff. You guys have been playing this for a while, so I don't want to dive too deep into it. It sounds like, going over this would be going over something you've had for the last about 10 days. So it's not going to be super
And we went
interesting.
over it before.
Yeah, and we did talk about the beta patch notes. So it's all about the same. Cool stuff.
Lastly, for the mobile home, registration for the next crew challenge is underway, so get your team together and registered. Tom will post the schedule in the Looking for Mobile channel.
Perfect. Crew challenges. I remember we were playing mobile that one night, and then the crew challenges hit, and then everyone left to go play those. And we were like, okay, I guess we're done. It was a pretty big deal. People love those crew challenges. So hit up Tom. ITT Thomas.
Tom up.
Hit up these. Sweet.
These being Tom.
These being Tom. Yes.
ITT these.
Are we done with the joke? Should we move on?
Yeah, one more time.
Okay.
ITT Thomas. The call of the man.
These.
In this thread, Thomas.
Time to rice, bitch.
Hey, Dano, Cody. This is Time to Rice, and it's Time to Rice, bitch.
You want to hit that PCP?
Yeah, dude.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you'll follow me, we are now entering the personal computer place.
PCP. Update
Doing it.
28 live as of yesterday.
Update 28 live as of yesterday.
What happened in this patch? I haven't played it.
So they're doing that weapon mastery thing, right?
Right. Just like the charms and the stats about the weapon.
I have no idea how I feel about it. And I know Dan has actually been having conversations with people about.
He was downright angry, and I'm going to talk for him when I
Yeah,
say
talk for our friend Dan.
Talk for me. Talk for me, John.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
Oh, you're not.
That
actually
was
talking.
all. No, I just said that you were angry about it.
I was. I mean, I'm not angry necessarily. Maybe slightly disgruntled. Not.
I believe that was what you said. Yeah.
I mean, it's a great feature. Don't get me wrong. It's cool. My issue, and so I hear a lot of positive things about this, and it is a positive thing. Lay that out right up front. However, there's a sprinkling or a smattering, if you will, of dumb as hell involved here.
Interesting.
And I know this might be against the grain a little bit, might be ruffling some feathers. But my issue is due to the fact that they have this data. They have been recording this data forever. Weapon mastery itself is simply stat tracking with rewards. So it's great. It's a great addition. I like seeing how I'm doing with each weapon. However, I've been playing this game for 2 years, and now suddenly I'm starting back at 0, apparently. That's what's happening. I mean, that kind of sucks.
Dan, would you like me to take this for you?
I think you can. I think you know where I'm going with this.
Okay.
I'd really like to talk about how dumb as hell that is.
Dumb as hell.
You're so dumb. Really dumb. For real.
Dumb as hell.
Okay, so here's the thing. If you guys are telling us that you can't keep track of all of our shit, but you want to give us a weapon mastery and then tell us we have to start all the way back at 0 again in order to get these goddamn charms? This is a bullshit, people, because we've been trying to look back and figure out our stats for the last forever, and we put hundreds, some of us thousands of hours into this game, and you want to tell us now that we have to start at 0. Now we have to start at nothing. It's 9 or 9, bitches. It's dumb as hell.
9 or 9. Oh, yeah. That's pretty much sums it up. And plus, I just think the charms are kind of weird. I don't know. So instead of just complaining...
Counterpoint
Okay. Yep.
to your charms are weird. There's a Dano Park charm.
Oh, okay. Turn it around. Love it.
Cool as hell.
This is Dino Park. Still doesn't redeem it fully. I think the charms kind of look weird. So the whole reason this thought in my head kicked off was because I watched that video on their Twitter where they announced it. And they showed a charm dangling off the end of a pistol, and it looked so dumb. It looked just really, really dumb.
A charm on a pistol seems pretty...
It's like a little earring, like, hanging off it. It's just like, what? It's just so dumb.
Charm on a Pistol is the name of Fall Out Boy's next album.
Or this episode.
Ooh.
I'm just going to write that down.
Or
Pistol.
call it Fall Out Boy's next album is the name of this episode.
Oh,
Ooh,
perfect.
yeah. Yeah.
Little foreshadowing.
I love it. Perfect. So yeah, I mean, the charms, I know that Rainbow Six Siege, I think, does it. That's probably where they got the idea. The charms are okay. Like, none of them are super interesting. The Dino Park one is kind of cool. The little PUBG
What's
guy
the
is
strong
okay.
man?
It's like a Funko Pop, basically.
What? I don't get the strongman one. Who's
That's the logo from the energy drink.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the little guys on the energy drink. Yeah, they went deep with that one.
I just think of it as Red Bull still.
Yeah.
So, can we, with all the charms and stuff, I think that it's all well and good if you're into it. Unlike the skins, which are still dumb as hell. But how does it... It doesn't I think it complicates the game a little bit more or adds something that not as many people are going to give a shit about. And they hid the important shit underneath the weapon mastery in the patch notes.
So here's what I think about the weapon mastery is it's basically what we wanted from challenges.
Yeah.
A way to kind of, get a little bit deeper in the game without having to think too hard about it. Like, you get these things naturally as well, maybe not exactly naturally. You can try for them, but these are things that you can achieve just by playing the game and playing it well, right? It's like defeat 2 enemies in rapid succession or something like that. You get medals from that kind of thing, and it's just stat building on top of it. So I don't think it's that people don't really care about it. It's just like a cool, nice to have in the background for the people who've been playing for a long time. But the weird thing, I think, is that, as we've said, it's dropping so late in the game that the only people who are left are the people who will kind of like have a slight interest in this kind of thing.
Yeah.
This is a 1.0 feature. They should have rolled this out with 1.0. When the game officially goes live, according to them, this is the feature that should be included. Because that's the starting point for everyone.
I don't think that's true. I think it's like a nice to have. It's not like a main feature, a core feature of the game. It's a cool thing that should have been brought in basically like a quarter later at the most.
So
it should have been early.
What you just said there is the second part of why I think this is just sprinkled with a little bit of dumb as hell, is because it's not a main feature. It's not something that I should be like praising the devs over, but they're acting like it is. They don't need an AMA for this. They don't need a dev letter's okay, but they don't need videos. Sure. They don't need a launch video for this. They don't need an AMA. They don't need to announce this as like, look at this amazing, awesome feature. We had an entire team dedicated to this for months and months. Okay, but it's not a game-changing feature. It's just stat tracking with some charms.
Yeah, stuff in the background.
Yeah. And so I'd rather they take the effort into showing me the stats that I've had all along, because honestly, after playing this game for 1,000 hours or however many hours I have, I've probably done all this. I've already mastered all the weapons according to the stats, right?
Except for the AK.
Except for the AK. Poop on that pile. And the charms I just don't really care about. I think they look kind of weird. What I would prefer, so instead of skins for the entire weapon, I would like to go into the mastery tab, go into my individual weapons, and maybe be able to customize pieces of them with different paint jobs. So maybe I can make my half grip instead of red, maybe it's black, or maybe it's blue or whatever else, or like do a custom paint job, have different skins that apply to different pieces of the weapon. I think that would be cool to make my weapon my own with no one else has what I have. But they're
That I would be interested in.
Like, I love going in there to see, like, here's the weapon. Like, you can see it in a 3D view. You can just select the attachments, put them on one by one, and, like, spin around and see how you can change the paint job of each attachment. Like, that would be cool. Like, change the grip. Maybe it's just, like, a fatter grip or, like, a different styled tack stock or whatever else. Or the iron sights are just, well, you can't change those because that affects everyone. But maybe, like, the magazine looks a little different. Like, that's what I would like instead of just a $10 skin that everyone can have.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I was going. Like, I didn't want to just complain and just say, like, that's stupid and not give my opinion of what they could have done better. Because stats is great. Okay, I like it, but I want more customization over the weapons that I'm using. And it sounds like we're probably never going to get there because they've already invested so much in skins.
Right.
But so the rewards are little emblems and charms, and that's it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see myself equipping any charms on my weapon.
Nah, I could care less about it. I'm probably not going to pay much attention.
I'd equip it if I got it.
If it's cool, if it's a really cool one, I like it, I'll probably equip it. But like, I just don't see myself like going out of my way to wanting to complete all the mastery just to get the charm. Like, that doesn't excite me.
Yeah.
They did do one thing right, which is make it so you can't buy charms. You can't level up with money to get the charms, and you can't trade them on the Steam market. So that's good. So you have to earn these. But it's just something that doesn't really interest me. So actually, one thing I do want to talk about is the defeats. Did you guys see this little head underneath headshots? So this could potentially change scoring and how stats are recorded. So defeats is a new term used for tracking actions that include knockdowns, killing the last member of a team, and killing solo players. You acquire extra weapon XP based on distance of defeats, which is interesting. So defeats follow this existing judgment rules for down but not out / kills currently used in the game. On their weapon mastery dev letter, they talk more about defeats. Let me scroll to that. So defeat is you defeat a player by killing any player in the solos playlists, knocking down an enemy in duos or squads, or killing the last man standing on a team. You do not defeat a player by killing an already knocked player in duo or squads. And you cannot defeat your own teammates. So medals are earned based on defeats rather than simple knocks. So there's a little bit more to it.
Yeah.
But anyhow, that's basically mastery.
Can we get into the nitty gritty here? I want to talk about gameplay.
Yeah, hop in.
Yeah. So they changed the loot rebalance again on Erangel, right?
Yeah.
It is up 28%, which is closer to where John wanted it.
Well,
Getting there. We're getting there.
Technically, it's closer.
the spawn rate of SRs and DMRs is closer to what I wanted it.
Yeah, I know. The spawn. However, I will say the spawn rate of ARs up 64% was a little shocking to me.
Yeah, that seems high.
Yeah,
It seems really high for a place that already had a good amount of them. I mean, granted, sparse, but what in terms of what you would actually find was probably more ARs. So we'll see how this actually works. I'm starting to think we're going to see a lot of long range fights coming our way.
177% increase of SRs.
That is a lot.
That's pretty high.
Pretty high.
Everyone's going to be rocking AR SR.
The way it's meant to be.
Everyone's just shooting from 400 meters away at each other from hilltops. It's going to be great.
I was just going to say, speaking of SRs, they did change the damage multiplier again.
Right, which is interesting because that was in 2 patches ago.
I think it was last patch.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, because they added different limb penetration things, multipliers.
Yeah, right. So it makes it so that AWM no longer one-shots a level 2 vest in the
Crazy.
chest. It's probably a good thing.
It is, because I was hit a few times with the AWM and down with a level 2 going, what the hell?
Yeah.
You're just not used to it. It's too jarring, and I don't think people are ever going to want to get on board with it. I think mentally, cheater.
Yeah. Sounds like you were going to make a point, John.
They're not rare enough to warrant that damage output, like especially with Ben Almond Milk in the game.
Monster.
The idea to me behind a sniper is like a skill shot weapon, right? You have to hit a small target to get that one hit kill.
Yeah.
So I think having it be a body shot where you can just like fire it wherever, I'm not into that so much.
Yeah, I think so. I was reading around on Reddit, and I watched a little bit of the PUBG tournament that was recently going on. It didn't seem like a lot of people were taking SRs. It seemed like DMRs were dominantly the primary of choice. And I think that's just simply because the amount of time between shots, the low capacity magazines, the fact that DMRs, you can fire off 2 shots, 2 chests or a chest and a head and finish off someone way faster than it takes to operate the bolt. So I think they do deserve a strong multiplier, but I'm back and forth because I come from Counter-Strike where the AWP does 100 damage no matter where you hit them. You can hit someone in the toe and it kills them. Full armor. And like
my toe!
That like a very skilled player with that weapon in Counter-Strike just dominates the entire match. And I think that's okay.
But what if you had a player on a different map shooting you with an AWP? Like, that wouldn't be cool. There would be no way to engage that player.
That's true.
That's true.
Because you don't have to have a scope in Counter-Strike. So like
it's just so close.
It's close range. You're right.
You can overcome them like unless they've got incredibly quick reflexes. You can like rush them to get an advantage. You can smoke areas off to completely nullify them for 10 seconds at a time. Flashbang them. There's tons of techniques to do that. But if somebody's got like a vantage point against the circle and you have to run in there, you're just dead. Like you can't combat against it. If they can just like pull a trigger anywhere around you and kill you.
Yeah. And plus the stakes are so much
I get
higher.
the frustration. Yeah,
that's a good point. This also changes the feature not feature, but the change we talked about where you could one-shot someone with an M24 if you hit them in the chest and they're at 75 hit points.
Oh yeah.
That's no longer a thing. So there's no longer that distinguish change between the M24 and the Kar98.
Mm-hmm.
So
interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's okay. I think they changed it from, I think it was like 110 or 115. They bumped it all the way up to 150%, and now it's back down to 130. So they're still very much skill weapons. You can still take someone out with an AWM with a level 3 headshot or a neck shot, so that's okay.
Yeah,
I can get on board with that.
Sounds pretty brutal.
It does, yeah, right. But no longer it does that chest damage that it was doing before. So, yeah, I think John, you've convinced me because I was flip-flopping a little bit on whether or not it's okay that it did that. But on the receiving end of one of those would really suck. Like you could have a skilled player could just dominate an end circle.
Yeah.
So that's good. Back to the patch notes.
Patch notes. Let's just keep moving along, I guess.
Yeah.
Sound improvements. They added more sounds for item interactions. So they're just adding different stuff to distinguish between everything else. So
again, this is a change that should have happened
so I didn't even consider this to be a thing because it should have already been a thing.
Right.
Looted, dropped, equipped, and unequipped all sound different now? No, now some items had sounded the same. Yeah, they all sound different now. So you'll probably notice that at least.
This is like an early access change.
Oh, this is dumb. We already wasted dumb as hell. We can't do another one. We cannot.
Your load.
Suspension sound volume is different between third person and first person because you're inside the car versus outside the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. smoke grenades are now more accurately synchronized across all players and observers, so it's not going to look different from where you are, which we knew was a problem. We knew that was a thing, is that it would render differently for different people, so that's good to know. Again, should have been fixed a long time ago, but what the fuck do I know? Vehicles, effects and improvement. They added vehicle lighting effects.
Nice.
Vehicle headlights, taillights, and dashboard are now turned on when the vehicle's engine starts. The lights are only local visual effects and will not illuminate the surrounding areas.
Oh,
Okay.
I wonder if they're ever going to have it so, because that's not true, because when we drive by a lot of vehicles that are already there, the lights and stuff are already on, so.
Yeah. So I don't know. Locally means it's just for the player who's in the driver's seat, I imagine.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe they're saying like the lights won't actually project onto the ground like in a late night Vikendi map.
yeah, that's what I'm assuming.
Yeah.
They also improved the algorithm to determine when vehicles are blocking doors or preventing them from opening or closing. Okay. That's going to be confusing, and I'd like to test that out because sometimes we have issues with it and sometimes we don't, so I don't know which direction they thought that would go in.
Yeah.
Like, are they going to prevent doors from opening and closing, or are they just going to open backwards if the car is in front of it? Because as we know, most doors don't open both ways, but in PUBG they do.
Yeah. Right.
So, we'll see.
And superior swivel.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. They removed inner doors from select buildings on Erangel to improve ease of movement during gameplay. Great. We don't have to go through a million fucking doors.
Cool. Okay. But I also can't hide in a bathroom, probably.
I was going to say, are they leaving the doors on the bathrooms?
Yeah. Privacy, please.
Gotta close the door, man.
Got to.
Survivor Pass 3 wild card. Don't give a shit.
I am kind of enjoying some of the missions. But, yeah, I like a little bit of purpose, but only if I had extra time outside of nights to play.
Well, I guess what they were doing with this is that they were too hard. They were making, like, ridiculous ones, and so people weren't doing them. And so they've decreased difficulty and gotten rid of 10 of them.
Yeah.
So
probably
that's interesting.
Drive 400 kilometers in a car versus 500 or 1,000 or whatever it was. Something like that. That's decreasing the difficulty. I think we can skip over the store, but I do want to talk about Team UI. This is pretty cool, right? Teammates' boost gauges are now on the Team UI visible when playing to enhance team play.
I think that's cool because very often we do say, hey, you need to take a boost. You're like, I'm already boosted. Oh, okay. So like that'll just be a quick little, oh, they've already boosted. I don't have to say shit.
No, I'm still going to say it.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely going to be like, John, boost, John.
Need a boost? You got a boost.
John, I asked you for a boost and you said you didn't have any yet. I see your whole thing is full, which means you had 2.
My issue with this is they have the room for the armor indicators, but they still don't put them there.
Yeah.
Like you could put the helmet icon and the vest icon and the backpack icon on the bar next to the player name.
Next to the ping marker.
Yeah, but they don't.
So they do not.
I don't really get the point of the boost, but not the rest of the stuff. But that's just me.
We have a lot of like potential dumb as hells.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. Think about how many unnecessary times you've said, oh, level 2 vest. If you just look down at your menu, you would see that no one needs that, so you can just shut up already. But,
yeah, just shut your goddamn mouth.
Yeah. I don't want you
to know it's good for you.
But no. Technology isn't there.
Nope.
I feel bad complaining. They're giving us content. Continue.
Custom matches.
Yeah, custom matches. So this is actually kind of cool. They have Killing Spree, Dominating, and Unstoppable at 10, 15, and 20 kills now. That's cool. I like that. It's cool. I want it to show up in the actual game, though.
That'd be cool, right?
That'd be interesting.
That'd just be a lot of fun. Not that I would ever hit that level of kills, but just saying. For Dan to go, hey, Killing Spree, cool. I'd be like, I feel good for my friend right now. And then if John did it, I'd be like, fuck you, John. Stay in England. We don't even want you over here with us.
Okay.
That's what I would say. And then I would write about it in my diary that I just went off the handle and I didn't really mean it. And I wish John would be my friend.
Sounds right.
Put that with.
Added a timer UI for smoke grenades.
So
this is cool. I like this.
I really enjoy this. And this is so in observer mode, custom matches, you can in replay, right? In replay?
Maybe replay.
I think also replay, but you can see the UI for the timer, the bounce of the smoke, and it changes color for the timer. So I think that's awesome.
Yeah. It's pretty nice.
Pretty neat.
And we can kick
smoke
people
lasts
down.
for about 40 seconds, starting from the moment the smoke plumes.
Yeah, just like a normal smoke.
Yep.
It turns red, icon like drains of color. It's pretty cool. I like that.
I dig it.
Yeah, we can kick people now, which is nice for custom games. As the room owner, I guess. Some changes to replays, skins, don't care, and a bunch of bug fixes.
Favorite bug fix?
You see the best one? Fix an issue with some barbed wire fences blocking bullets.
Yes.
Yep. My favorite one is fixed a bug which prevented footsteps from being heard while walking over mud or water while wearing Harley Quinn Daddy's Little Monster outfit.
They've had so many problems with the Harley Quinn skins.
I know.
The hair wasn't moving.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Can't get it right, man. Beautiful. It's pure beauty.
Yeah, and another related issue, there was a problem where a player's hair would be completely removed when equipping caps. So still see your luscious locks even after you put the cap on. Good to know.
What?
Cool.
And that's your PC patch 28. I feel like we were pretty mean on it, but it's a pretty
okay.
good patch.
It's not a bad patch,
It's
but
not a bad patch.
Suck it, Bluehole.
They added streamer skins.
Yeah, they did. Choco Taco is finally getting his skins. I do like his shoes. That's a cool skin to have because everyone has shoes and there's no shoe skins for streamers that I know of.
Yo, my friend had those shoes in high school, like almost that exact same like color scheme and pattern.
Did he really?
Nice.
That is awesome.
I had a T-shirt in that color scheme.
You did?
I loved it. I loved it.
I remember that.
Yeah. Because it reminded me of like a 70s pattern.
Yeah.
That is cool. $10.
Cool.
A little expensive.
I ain't buying any of them.
But what can you do? That's Bluehole.
Anything else?
I think that's it.
Station X. Station X. The patch is out there. Turns out there's no fucking patch.
It's still out there, though.
It is out there.
Allegedly.
I mean, there was a patch, and now we're going to talk about the feedback to that patch, but...
We already blew that dumb as hell, too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You know, you can't... Pickers can't choose their bees.
Don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
Look, the gift horse. Damn it.
Don't lift the gift horse.
Don't
the
lick
gift horse.
Don't lick the gift teeth horse in the face.
Don't gift the looked horse in the mouth.
Or tooth or
Don't-
face.
Don't French kiss a horse on the mouth. Yeah.
They bite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway.
Feedback from Firestorm Runner. Feels like we're always 10 steps behind on Xbox. And changes only come once they've been run thoroughly through PC. It'd be great if more patches were made exclusively because Xbox changes that benefit only consoles were implemented. So I have these weird thoughts on the Xbox stuff. And this kind of comes from talking to that guy that worked at Xbox. Is like Xbox has such high standards of things that even if Bluehole is coming to them with things, which I think they did at the beginning, they came to them with all these patches and Xbox was like, no, this isn't going to work. You're not putting this through. Like, you need to vet all of your shit before it goes through, which adds layers, right?
Right.
I'm saying, like, we're not going to push through a shitty patch because we've invested exclusivity rights to this game for so long that, like, we're not going to break the game just because you're trying to put out something.
And yet,
they put it out and it makes the game worse.
Boom, boom, boom.
wow.
So I pulled out this comment because a lot of people shared this sentiment, I think. We're always behind an Xbox. And you get the PC patch. It's run through the ringer there. People get to play it. And then like a month or 2 months later, it finally comes out on Xbox. And it's nothing new. It's just everything they already expected. So why doesn't PUBG Corp create Xbox specific content? And so this came up in Discord. Firestorm Runner wrote that, and then I responded and said, well, what content would you want that's Xbox only? Because I myself at the time couldn't think of much that would be good for Xbox only, because I think this game is so great. I don't want a watered down version of it. But it's also clear at the same time that Xbox and PS4 can't really handle it as well as PC can.
Right.
So I didn't have any ideas at the time. I was just like, I'm just curious, what do you guys think? And Jamie actually had some good ideas, and I would like to kind of run them by you guys and see what you think, if you agree or don't agree.
Yes, run it by me.
So Jamie says if he was in charge of PUBG console, here's what he would do. Couple bullet points. First, make it free to play and introduce rolling paid season passes. I think that's good. I think that's a proven method. Every game does that. That does free to play, the season passes. Make it a separate development from PC, like mobile is. I don't know how much you can actually do that.
Xbox would have to buy in like 10-cent bought in.
Yeah, it's.
And I don't think it's worth their money at this point.
It's also built in the same engine. It's the same game technically.
It could be a different company rather than Xbox. Like,
true.
Tencent isn't Android or whatever, right? So it could be just a company that is good at developing Xbox games and knows what to put into it.
Yeah, and they said they have worked with some other companies that do work on Xbox titles. I remember when we were talking about the controller layouts, they worked with some people from the Gears of War series, whatever company that was, to perfect the controls for that. So they are a little bit, but it still sounds like it's run by PUBG Corp.
Yeah, and it's still like a relatively new company. They haven't been developing. They don't know the process necessarily, like as well as a lot of other organizations that have put out games for the Xbox.
Yeah. But here's the meat here. He says, make console-specific game changes. 80 people in the plane. Make all the maps 20% smaller. Decrease complexity of maps, especially Vikendi. That spawned a bit of a banter about getting rid of things like the extra bottles and all the props and all the stuff around the map that makes it look real but doesn't add anything.
Yeah.
Which, again, is something I've said in the past. Graphics and complexity of the world don't necessarily make a good competitive shooter game.
Right.
So obviously it's better with 100 people, he says. But if
but people are starting games with 93 as it is. So if you lower it by 13 more, you're fine.
Exactly.
Like, I don't care. Reducing the map size.
He drew it out on Erangel and it was fine.
Yeah.
Like he
Besides
took off
taking away my Zarky, you bitch.
Well, he took off like, what was it, Primorsk, Zarky, and like a chunk of Stalber or something like that.
Yeah.
It was like, boom, done.
Cut it out around Severny, kept Severny in, got rid of some of the northern parts and southern parts.
Yeah.
And it didn't like drastically change the map. You can still have the same map. It's just a little bit smaller.
So I have a theory that I just came up with. It's untested, unproven.
Great point. Should I roll it?
No.
Damn it.
I think that why all the extra bits and stuff are on the maps is because like kind of world building and storytelling that came from like H1Z1 and that kind of thing. Having this survival mentality where you are in this world with zombies and you kind of are left wondering like what happened to the people, right? Your focus isn't so much on the shooting aspect of it, but more on just like the ambient story that's being told by the setting and the backdrops. And I feel like that was brought over to PUBG, which is a really interesting kind of, as I said, world building idea to have kind of like the overturned chairs and like the graffiti and the broken down houses kind of give an idea of what happened in these areas. But it doesn't help if it's overly complicating the servers and making them run way too hard to generate these areas.
And this world building's kind of wasted to me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care if
Yeah,
it's
like-
run down or there's a smoking car or there's, broken tables. It's that I'd almost prefer it was a more predictable environment.
I think it's cool at first, and I think it's like interesting, but when it goes as far as like these assets are contributing to the game breaking, then they should be removed for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Like, I was thinking back to Erangel, the first map. Everything is just broken in that map, right? As far as the setting and the visuals. It's just like barrels and cars that are broken and tables and chairs that are turned over. And I think
and the first time you see that, you're like, oh, this is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But then it becomes kind of just like where you land, right?
Yeah, right. Exactly. And it seems like some of the other maps are maybe got away from it a little bit. I mean, there's still like broken things in different maps, but like Vikendi, a lot of the buildings are in good shape. There's
But
not
the
a lot
point
of
is
those
they're
assets.
still populated with like tables and chairs and like bookshelves and stuff that we can't interact with or anything.
Yeah,
I think
right.
the things that I have a problem with aren't the tables and chairs and stuff. It's the smaller items. Smaller items like the books themselves or the bottles that were sitting on the tables that would bother me, because otherwise it would look like it's not rendered in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, just
And-
because, yeah, I guess.
I think no matter what, if I were to jump into a game and it had nothing in the buildings, remember we were playing the beta or when Savage came out on the test server or the experimental server,
Yeah.
and there was nothing inside of it. I was like, I don't like this. It's too open. But if we were to get rid of all the unnecessary stuff like random burnout cars, shit like that, then I wouldn't care so much. But not the ones that are in the towns, but the ones that are scattered throughout.
So there
That you're
needs to
never
be there
I
needs
don't
to be
think
cover,
that's enough to like fix it.
right? Like you have to have those
Yeah.
like cars and things, but like the extra stuff, like the bottles on the bar in Miramar inside
Correct.
the luchador ring, like that doesn't need to
Yeah.
be there. Like things like that
Right.
that could even potentially block bullets because.
But, yeah,
bullet
I
penetration
care
is the
about-
thing.
I care about the bigger things that are blocking bullets, not the smaller things that are blocking bullets.
So, like, mobile took out chairs, right? Like, they don't have chairs around the tables.
Correct.
Yeah. So,
Feels
like,
weird to me still though when I play it.
no, I'm sure, but that is probably an extreme example since the mobile, theoretically doesn't run as well as an Xbox.
I mean, sometimes it does.
I was gonna make fun of Kyler's Xbox. But yeah, but some amount of removing assets, I think, would be a good place to start. I don't know how much it would matter if you took out just like all the bottles and like some of the weird boxes, and it would be like a complete overhaul of the areas where you do that.
Yeah. Yeah, because you have to have the cover, but you also don't need the excess. It's getting rid of the excess. That's really all it is.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good idea. And I'd even support it on the PC side. There's a lot of stuff that I don't really need. Maybe I'm just someone who likes the more Spartan maps, I guess, like the old Counter-Strike days. We just had walls. That's all we had. A wall and a box. That's all you get. I'm okay with it. I think it's a really good point. I think we could cut down on people. We can cut down on complexity of maps. And I agree when Jamie says especially Vikendi, because that game or that map
Jesus
does
Christ.
run like garbage on PC in some places.
And it breaks Xbox.
It does, yeah. Completely breaks it. He also says rebuild Miramar. I think that's kind of the same kind of idea there. He says remove first-person perspective, and I don't know if that's necessarily the right answer, but I think he's onto something because
I think that's for the player queues, right?
player
to get
queues.
everybody in the right box. But I think if the FPP people wouldn't play TPP anyway, so you just have the same problem.
Yeah. So the idea is getting rid of the extra permutations, but
Right.
I don't think getting rid of a perspective is the right choice. But maybe it's not having all the maps, maybe getting rid of Miramar for a little while. Take it out of the map pool, refresh it, and maybe only have 3 maps and cycle between those. Something like that. And then obviously improve performance, remove stupid bugs that are console specific, like Ready Up. And also develop custom games. So war mode and new game styles, different ways to play, different game modes, limited time events. Those are the things that people come back to. And I don't know why they ever stopped on PC. And also on Xbox. They're just not there. So,
I mean, yeah.
yeah, I think these are good ideas. I mean,
Let's see if they ever implement anything like this, though.
yeah, I doubt it. I highly doubt it. It's okay to have different versions of PUBG. Like mobile is a different version. I don't know why console is being forced to be something it can't be, which is a bummer.
Not this generation, anyway.
Correct. So, yeah.
All right. Good feedback.
Good feedback. This is the kind of discussion I like to see in Discord. Gets the juices flowing. Thinking about these kind of changes that could be implemented that may never see the light of day, but it's still fun to talk about. I like this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Neat.
Is it that time?
I think it might be.
And now we make that online bling.
You have new messages.
Hey guys, it's Free Pizza. Feeling a little deflated. I don't know anything about podcasts. It's my first podcast. I thought I was going to call in and we were going to talk about PUBG. I didn't know I was just leaving a message. But it's cool. I wrote stuff down to talk about. But I'll just throw it away. I really love this podcast. I was freshly showered and ready to talk PUBG since I don't have anybody else to talk about it with. There's too much pressure. Love you guys. Bye. Oh yeah, I forgot to say this is Free Pizza. Okay, bye.
Hi, this is the official Hot Drop food recommendation. We had a request from Lady Beardface last week to recommend a particular type of syrup due to the raging debate for the last couple of weeks about what syrup is best and various kinds of syrup and what makes a syrup grade A, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, I'd like to state the official Hot Drop stance on said topic and said question. Aunt Jemima is by far the best option when it comes to syrup. Great flavor, good price, easy to find. You can find it pretty much anywhere. If you can't find it for some reason, or they happen to be out of stock because everybody else loves it so much, Mrs. Butterworth is also an acceptable substitute. If you're feeling really nostalgic and you're not really sure how long you need to heat up your syrup, dip into some oven with the user-friendly temperature gauge on the side of it that lets you know when the contents are indeed hot. And hopefully that answers your question. Please feel free to call back if you have any more questions about food or other subjects. Thank you.
No, scratch those last two. I am Free Pizza, and I am not nervous. I like an M4 fully loaded, but if I can't find a tack stock, I'll settle for a Scar or a QBZ. I like to drop in on the outskirts and play edge of circle. That's my game. I'm also an avid bow hunter. I'm a mustache enthusiast. Please, one of you guys, get a PS4 so we can play. Okay, love you.